Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at Milestone. Today is Thursday, October 30th. All right. Of course, another huge day. But you got to remember, Visa accounted for about 140 points on the Dow, maybe 160 today. Um, so that Visa was up $22. We'll take a look at that in just a second here, but let's take a look at the Dow first. You have to love these parabolic moves, though. I mean, it's just crazy from way down here all the way up to here. From up here all the way down to here. It is just nuts, but a big move back up to the upside, of course. Coming into some resistance right here at about 17,277, which will take the SPY up also to a peak. And then you can see relative strength index just about there, and your stochastics is just leveling off now. So you're going to get a little choppy on the top, and then it's going to take its turn for the downside. We don't know when, but I get a couple of trade ideas also. But let's look at SPY first. We get that this mark here is the 60-minute gap fill that needs to take place. Big move today on this one also. It doesn't matter what Yellen was saying or the Fed QE, this, that, and the other thing. The hedge funds are going to do what they want to do because they have the money. Same with the banks. We could just sit back and watch and enjoy the show. So like I said back here, down here at this 83 level, I said we'd come up and close this gap, and sure enough, we have. There's been some great trades and swings in between, up and down, up and down. But if you went long on those, did some Novembers, looked really good. So plan on the top coming in fairly quickly here, and then get that pullback and some consolidation. Who knows where? Before we make some new highs in this market. Apparently, that's what they want to do. Because it's definitely setting up that way. Either that or they're just taking the liquidity right now and finding their exit. All right, quick look at Visa. All right, Visa real quick. We had a nice gap right here, so that would have been a nice little option to play. Unfortunately, I didn't. Somebody even asked me about it, and it big move today. So looking back over here, this is the high over here. So we busted right through that and made a new high. One thing when it has these big volume pushes, as you can see here and here, look what happens right afterwards. Even though this is earnings, I think this is a little overextended for Visa, so we'll have to see what happens with that. Relative strength index is at 81, and 97 getting ready to cross to the downside. It's just stochastics. So keep an eye on Visa. If you were lucky enough to catch this 195 and ride it all the way up here to this, 239, congrats to you. All right, let's take a look at gold. So gold is, has been an absolute mess, and you can see the bottom here. I got this already drawn out for us. We got a nice little candle here, and if I scroll it out a little bit more here, you got two more bottoms over here. So these two held really nicely. Then we had the big move and consolidated back down again. This held, and now we had a nice dump down to the downside. So I think this is going to hold again. I don't see why it wouldn't, because it always has. And the relative strength index is, it's down at 34, so getting oversold again. So if you wanted to play gold, my theory is this: if we can catch this right here, at the what is this here, 114 area, you could start accumulating it. It's probably going to take off on you to the upside and get a nice little pop like it did on this last run. It went all the way back up to 120 from 114 in just a couple weeks period, so you can plan that out. So a couple weeks. And another option also, which the options do absolutely phenomenal, is dust. And we'll look at GDST also. So if you remember a while ago, we were playing this one, and these options that went up to this area that we were talking about that was about 600%. And since then, this thing has just gone parabolic and really has gone nuts from $15 to $40. So, the overbought situation is really brewing. And with this blow off top today, look for this one gap fill to get filled. Okay, and if you get puts on this for a few weeks out or a couple weeks out, and it's at 43.72, so I'd start anywhere from 43 to 43.50 in that area. I would start. It does have higher gaps, but at the same time, there's a lot of resistance in this area, so I think it's going to. I think for now, it's going to hold as resistance for us. But looking up ahead, there is a little one right there that hasn't been filled, and then there's a larger one up here that hasn't been filled, and that's up at the 128 area. But for now, you do have this reversal, but this low was lower than this low. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this and see what happens. So hopefully this will reverse on us and look really good. All right, this is Matt. We will see you tomorrow in chat for some fun. Have a great night.